look into your heart, you will find there's nothing there to hide. Take me as I am, take my life. I would give it all, I would sacrifice. Don't tell me it's not worth fighting for. I can't help it, there's nothing I want more. You know it's true. Everything I do it for you. There's no love like your love, and no other could give more love. There's nowhere unless you're there all the time, all the way. You can't tell me it's not worth trying for. I can't help it, there's nothing I want more. Yeah, I would fight for you, I'd lie for you, walk the wire for you. Yeah, I'd die for you. You know it's true. Everything I do, oh, I do it for you. What's up, everybody? It's me, Danae, and I'm here with a message for you. And that was the channeled message. And I apologize in advance if it ran a bit long. Honestly, if you think that's long, that wasn't even all the verses. And if you think it's even, that would be even longer, watch the video, of which I'll probably post. I'll probably post it or tag it somewhere in the comments. Because there's even more to it after the lyrics. There's a whole solo instrumental outro to it, which is beautiful as well. But depending on how old you are, you might know that song very, very well. And I do. Even though I was pretty young when it came out, it was connected to a very popular movie at the time, which was Robin Hood. And I remember that movie as well. And that channeled through so clearly today as I was shuffling, where I was already receiving this message that someone like really either has or is willing to, maybe a little bit of both, go to the ends of the earth for love, that they're willing to make any sacrifice necessary to preserve a love that they feel is highly valuable and precious to them, or someone maybe that they feel is very precious to them. They just have a deep devotion to true love, to unconditional love. And I got the sense like it was so overwhelmingly delightful, you know, that it's their pleasure really to exemplify their love in every way, shape, and form that they have the opportunity to. And I don't know to what degree of love this is. I can say that obviously, even by the channeled song, it feels very intimate, very deep, very committed, very inspired, very connected, very holy. And something that I don't know, it's even hard to really contain in words. Like something that I mean, if you're so blessed and so lucky that you just get to experience, and you may still, to the end of your days, never know how to explain it. But I definitely felt that there was a reciprocation. You know, like, how could you not love somebody that loves you that much? And perhaps the reason that you are loved that much is because you exemplify that love first and foremost. Or there's just a mutual expression of adoration, of reverence, of respect, of passion, perhaps, but it's so much. Like, passion may be a part of it, but it's something so deep. It's so, so deep. So anyway, that was the channeled message, the channeled song. We're going to use Intuitive Kev's tarot deck here to see what else comes up. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what more to say. Oh, that seemed like a gang of cards. Oh no, it's just one. Six of Cups. This is deep. This so deep, it could be past life love that's being rekindled, or love from a past season that gets another chance to thrive. It's like the type of love, like when you meet someone, you meet like the perfect person, but at the wrong time. But then years down the line, or however long, maybe lifetimes down the line, you reconnect, and it's just all systems are a go. Everything is perfect. Everything, like, they're in a good place, you're in a good place. It's like soulmate energy, you know, where the imprint that love made on you never really went away from the moment that you met them, or from the time that you originally spent, but it just wasn't, you didn't connect in a space and time where it could be long lasting, or where there were no obstacles that would prevent it from operating in its fullest capacity, in its healthiest form, and, you know, its divine design, so to speak. And then, like, maybe serendipitously running into that person years down the line, and they're single and you're single, and you're ready for a commitment and they're ready for commitment. And it's almost kind of like you pick up where you left off, but at the same time, it's fresh and new as well, because you've grown, they've grown, or things have just changed. But the familiarity is still there, the comfort, the trust, you know, like all the best parts of the connection are still intact. And for that reason, it's like you can kind of pick up where you left off, as if you never, you know, as if you never left one another. But then there's this new exploration that you get to have, new discovery as well, that makes it even better, you know, like kind of not learning someone all over again, but with less of the uncertainties that come along with engaging a stranger, if that makes sense, or the insecurities and uncertainties of engaging a stranger, where you almost feel like you can let your hair down almost immediately, but yet and still it feels like a new adventure. I mean, that's amazing. And because of the history of this type of connection, it does evoke a song such as Everything I Do It For You. And that's by Bryan Adams, by the way. I don't know if I said that. If you didn't know, I mean, it was a global hit, but if you didn't know, it's something about that where it's like, you know, once you get a second chance or another time around and you feel secure in the place that you're in to fully receive it and embrace it and reciprocate it, you would do anything in your power. And of course, within reason. We're not talking about possession and obsession per se in any unhealthy way. But you would have such a deep devotion to just not want to lose it this time. Like, not want to fuck it up, you know, within your power. Anything that you can do not to fuck it up, you'll do it, you know, or anything that you can do to make it its best and to, you know, really protect the partnership, you'll do it, you know. And sometimes you sometimes do find yourself dying to aspects of yourself that you observe or realize don't add value to connections that you truly do covet, you know, for lack of a better term. But it's not really sacrifice so much in a sense where you feel like you're losing anything. It's really just the part of the devotion that you feel obliged to do. Like I said, like almost it being a pleasure to do, because what you have or what's at stake means more to you than holding on to something that could jeopardize that. And not many people find love like that. Not many people are capable of generating love on that level that truly is holy and sacred, and a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift. So yeah, if that resonates with you, or you come across such an energy that you can, you know, identify in such a high regard, it's not a loss to transform in ways that are healthy and meaningful and reasonable, to have that in its totality, and to be that, if nothing, first and foremost, to match that energy. Because you have to recognize that's like love of a lifetime. That's what it's given, like love of a lifetime type of vibes. That's what I saw in the pre-shuffle cards. That's what I saw. That's what I felt in the song. Like, it literally, I was low-key holding back emotions, which is why my voice was kind of shaky, to be honest, because it evoked something in me that I don't think I'll say an intensified frequency of love, of which I have a point of reference for, but it's something even deeper that I felt today, that I was channeling today, which also makes sense with this message. Whether it's this is an embodiment in a person, per se, maybe not, or a circumstance or opportunity, but it really could just be the feeling of love, perhaps even for yourself. Like, Get into it. That might be a love song just to you, of how deep your love for yourself has grown over the years, over lifetimes, perhaps. Yeah, it's something phenomenal. So let's see what else is here today. I know I'm gonna keep this. I'm probably gonna talk more than I pull. I'm gonna tell you right now. In the Robin Hood movie that the song was associated with, maybe Cloud Nine is what it's given, was the one with Kevin Costner, by the way. I think it was called Prince of Thieves, or yeah, I think it was called Prince of Thieves. Yeah. Whew, I got chills. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is that type of love where it's like your head is in the clouds except for when you have to come down, or you need to ground, you need to come down, and maybe you don't. Maybe you get to walk on the clouds with your significant other, or in this new energy of love to some degree. Maybe the clouds are your pillar. I don't know. But that's what Up in the Clouds is given. It's given Cloud Nine, and like the eye, um, almost like possession look, that where you're almost hypnotized, is just more so about just how engaged and invested you are in what you're feeling, what you're sensing, and what you are expressing and exchanging. I get the sense it's like you really, like, you can barely believe it. Like this is real. This is reality. Because sometimes Up in the Clouds, now this is the tarot deck, so there might be a Seven of Cups deck, but that's the energy I kind of get a little bit. So it's interesting that it comes off of the Six of Cups. If it is connected, which I'm not sure that it actually is, but there could have been a lot of choices made, but an optimal one was what made all the difference. And perhaps it's like love on intoxicating levels that are somehow nourishing. If you can even imagine that those two realities could exist. Where it's like intoxicating and sobering at the same time. Come on, somebody. Nine of Cups. Oh, you already know I'm not standing this long. You already know. I mean, it's so traditionally, and even in the depiction of this card, it's just like basking in the love of a lifetime. Being completely and holistically emotionally fulfilled, satisfied, content, at ease, and at peace, happy, dare I say. And here it is again. We're getting a progression here, an advancement. Having your heart's desire fulfilled in such a way where, like, you have no complaints. And of course, again, that would provoke you to not want to lose that. Now, some people in an unhealed state get scared by that. I'm getting that download as to perhaps why timing may not have been aligned in previous seasons, because I'm getting chills again, where there just wasn't a readiness across the board, congruently or symmetrically, where if the love had persisted in a particular time or on a particular timeline, not only could there have been obstacles to resist that outside in, but internally there could have been ways that that love would have been blocked or not allowed to reach its fullest potential. Because as I was about to say, sometimes you can, and what often does happen when you find a really deep love at an undeveloped state of being, usually you run, or you self-sabotage, or you sabotage it, or you're just not ready to be committed or devoted in the way that it requires to be so. But there's something here with the Nine of Cups where it's like somebody is satisfied, honey. Like, all they do is think about ways to enhance the union, ways to be better within it, ways to extend it, to expand the connection. And on it also, in addition to kind of like, this is like a daydreamy fantasy kind of state where they might even get caught up in just the last encounter, or the last time you connected, or when they last saw you, or when they're going to see you again. It's like very dreamy. Yeah, it's very dreamy. Wow. This is going to feel surreal to those that are so fortunate. It's going to feel, and it probably did before, but this time it's like something, like I was saying, it's like intoxicating but sobering. There's something more grounded about whomever is in this dynamic, where you can sit in it, be with it, trust it, trust yourself with it, believe, have faith in it, because I get the sense that there could have been this feeling like, oh, this is too good to be true, or this can't last forever, or like I said, I'm gonna do something to mess it up, and not wanting to be the one to do that, and so therefore kind of like taking yourself out of the equation. I had someone tell me, one time that that they didn't feel like they were all that they wanted to be for the love that they thought I deserved. And it would hurt them more to think about messing it up and losing the connection forever, or things like deteriorating on a bad ending or bad note, than for them to essentially like walk away and kind of get themselves together, at least to the standard that they felt they needed to be. And, I really found that quite endearing, because I had never had someone care so much about me, and how I was handled and cared for and loved. I had far more experiences of people, or men generally, for the most part, all holistically, men that would indulge for, to whatever limit that they possibly could reach, until, they couldn't take no more, or couldn't give anymore, or there wasn't enough reciprocity to maintain the connection one way or another. And not to say that I was always ready for love, there most times was a dual unreadiness to some degree, whether I recognized it or not. But what I had never experienced is someone that I knew wanted me very bad. I could feel it. I could sense it. And the feelings were very much so mutual, to the point where at the time I probably would have, being the Sagittarius that I am, allowed things to kind of unfold however they would, to just go and see, or give it a chance, you know what I mean? Because I could see so much potential and feel so much promise in the dynamic, you know? So anyway, long story short, I felt more loved in that moment of disconnection than I had honestly ever felt in any actual connection in my life, because to me it exemplified selflessness that I just didn't know was possible, especially for a man to express. Where they could have taken all that was available for the most part, even with, a disclaimer of what they were able and willing to give at the time. They could have had more than what they got. They absolutely could have, just on account of my adventurous nature, but they refused to take it. So it's something about that to me, like, that's always my baseline now of deep love. Like, just how considerate someone can truly be of what you need and where you are and who you are, and what they're actually willing and able to offer. Okay, moving on. I find myself getting real personal in these readings lately, which I don't usually. Intuitive Cab, oh my God. Yeah. Deep. Spiritual. What else can I say about this? Like, it's just love on a higher level. That's what it comes down to. And of course, like, what you don't always expect. Like, it's not really so uncommon anymore to come across a spiritual woman, or a spiritually or emotionally evolved woman. But to come across that in the masculine energy is still very much so a treat. It's not so commonplace, or at least so widely expressed, that you can take that for granted. Like, that when a man is able and willing to be in touch with his emotional side, or even their feminine side, that is emotionally intelligent and expressive, that is very much so compassionate and empathetic, and not afraid to go there, not afraid to lead with that to some degree, or at least to, like, pull it out the toolbox every now and again as they feel guided to, but still, maintains that balance of their masculine force as well, to whatever degree is organic for them. That's very much so a snack in this day and age. A whole snack, as they say. Yeah. This is special. This is special. All right, let's see what else we got here. And shout out to Kev coming out on his deck. And perhaps that's why someone can be so deep, is because of how much soul searching they've done on their own accord. You know, how much attunement they've devoted themselves to. They've cultivated a sense of deep spiritual security that, like I said, is not a dime a dozen for anyone, let alone in the masculine form. That's why they're so ready and willing and able and maybe even eager, is what I'm getting. Like somebody can't wait to get to it. Maybe to put into practice like all of this personal development and self-actualization that they've been working on. Ooh, baby. Yeah. That's like equivalent to like the Hierophant and the High Priestess here. Like that's the energy is given. Someone is very secure with themselves. Very, very secure. And it's groomed them to feel like they're finally ready to engage that commitment of which they could have been idolizing or fantasizing, whether there's a point of reference or not. There's a certain ideal of partnership, commitment, intimacy that someone really has been, let's say, at least visualizing for a very long time. And that's been their motivation to continue to progress and advance interpersonally. It's like they've always had a very specific and special concept of love. Whether they've had, like I said, a point of reference, the experience, the engagement before, whatever it is, there was some type of inspiration that someone held fast to for a very long time. And they said, you know what? I'm going to match that energy when I can. And when I do, it's a wrap. This is somebody that is so all in that, shoot, you better be sure you ready. Because once they lock in, they ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. Wow. The commitment is deep with this one. The devotion is deep. With the High Priestess coming after Nine of Cups and Two of Cups, and it's like somebody might be a little bit obsessed with you, just a little bit, but in a good way. like one obsessed with their role in the partnership, like protecting and leading and guiding where there's room to do so, reciprocating, may even really honestly take pride in some ways, like kind of outdoing your love is what I'm getting. Like they kind of want to make you feel more loved, more protected, more safe and secure than what they need to feel good or comfortable. Is like for them, it feels like competitive to some degree, nothing unhealthy here so far. I swear I don't feel it, But even as the song like you can kind of hinge on this air on the side of like a little bit obsessed, but it's really not. It's just sincere. That's what it's like, sincere. Like somebody sincerely cares about the well-being of someone because of how much they respect them, how much they cherish the essence of a person, not just their possession of them, but literally like appreciating. Consider my story, like you, when you appreciate who someone is so much that if you gonna be the problem, you rather remove yourself than to cause discomfort or disturbance to them. That's the energy, like that's the level of commitment that I swear I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm. It's deep for somebody. It's been deep. That's what I'm getting, like it's been deep. Whether or not the object of their affection has known it, it's always been deep. But now it's like someone finally is in a position to be able to really express and show how deep it is. It's Ace of Cups deep, where there is no end to the flow. There is no off button to the love. Like there is no dam to contain Queen of Wands. Wow. And there's high attraction here. High attraction here. Somebody thinks that, oh my gosh, because it's like not only are they, what's the word, like somebody's like emotionally locked in, but also deeply aroused. And what's the word, like there's a bit of a seduction essence that someone has naturally. Look at the girls is out in both of these pictures, but it's organic. It's not like putting on or trying to seduce or allure. It's just, and it may even just be unique to whatever this partnership is or this connection is, but there's something that is so magnetic about someone. Whereas I said before, it's like they ain't even thinking about nobody else. They can't, it doesn't even cross their mind. They could be in a room full of beautiful women and they engaged in you, or wondering like, are you taken care of? How are you feeling? Can I get you something? Like watching you from across the room, or staring into your eyes, literally mad eyes. Eyes are very significant. Although all of Kev's pictures quite are, you know, distinct with the eyes, but every single eye is something unique. There's glasses here, there's like this hypnotism here. He's all glassy eyed, looking like, you know, like he's in a dream world here. You got her with her first eye open and the other one's closed, so it's like somebody can see with their soul and they're attracted to. That's what it is. There's a soul attraction here. It's not just aesthetic. It don't even probably matter what you look like for real. Now with the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands, it says to me that you look damn good in your own right. But this is someone that is like, what I'm getting, like the attraction is so deep and it has the potential to grow so much more deep, that this is that love, like when you see old couples that are just still just as flirtatious and playful and all consumed by each other as they might have been when they were young and spry. You know, it's like it don't matter how you age, how your midsection might grow, or how they might get a little belly if so, or you know, like your hair might fall out or you turn gray or whatever the case may be. It's like they're in love with your soul because they recognize that there is no other match for them. Not to project, you know, but first of all, I get the sense, as I'm about to say what I'm about to say, I immediately got the flash of like the end of The Notebook, where Noah and Allie ended up kind of like falling asleep together, and that was the end of their connection. You know, like they went out together. I see that, and that interrupted what I'm about to say. But I was going to say that it's the type of love where you just say you do part one parts ways with the other over some years, hopefully years down the line. You wouldn't even want to be remarried or re-engaged with another love, because you know that there's no match. There's no way to fill that person's shoes, even as a placeholder or a company or camaraderie or partners. Like, it just wouldn't even be worth it to you to fill that space. You rather live off the memory of what you created together or what you built together than to have someone else take up that space. That's the depth that I'm feeling here. My grandma was like that about my page Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm gonna see what that is, but I'm not gonna take it. Ace of Pentacles, and this is like the proposal. This is and it's the gift of the divine too. Like this is what this love is. It's a pleasure for the divine to bring this union together. What's this? Ace of Swords. Oh my gosh. I only wanted to see what it was because it tried to come out a little bit. I don't know if you could see it, but oh my goodness. This is a deep ass message. Are you ready for this? Because it's ready for you. I guess you are. The divine says so. Your sacred partner says so, or whatever this sacred connection is ready for you. So it's just screaming that you must be ready for it. Maybe you've been ready to some degree, but all things needed to be on one accord for it to finally come into fruition, to materialize, to actualize. This could be a prophetic love that's been written in the stars, and now it's just like the perfect what do you call it, alignments, cosmically, even physically, naturally, like everything is in alignment this time. There will be no interruptions. There will be no premature endings. There'll be no disturbances, detours, runners, chasers, none of that. Like, just connection, just presence, posture of devotion and commitment eternally. And I mean that I love how it's really premium masculine energy here with the Nine of Cups and Intuitive Cav, and also premium feminine energy with the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands. so much attraction, so much self-assuredness, confidence, contentment, like all the things that you would want to be online for yourself, to be ready to share with someone else. Not to mention the sacredness of the past, the Six of Cups, the something familiar, something that resonates from another time, another season, another life that has now regenerated in the perfect moment. I don't know how you could beat that. There's no way to beat that. Seven of Pentacles, longevity, and the Three of Wands. Like, this is the truth that you can look forward to. You can look forward to longevity. Like, this is like a tree of life that never stops thriving. There's flowers in one season, fruit in another, beautiful foliage in another season. Like, year round, there's always something to look forward to from this tree of life. And that is what is being cultivated in a very actual and physical sense of being. This is not just a fantasy. It is not just an ideal, a dream sequence. Like, this is happening. This is happening. What may have started as a fantasy, something, an ideal, a wish, a hope, was actualized through personal care, dedication, and perseverance to procure the character that can actually be trusted to manage such a gift, to take care of such a gift, to receive. Let's start there. Like I said in the beginning, sometimes you could see all the potential, all the beauty in a thing, but still be like, I ain't ready for all that. Maybe, hopefully it'll be there when I come back, but I'ma just fuck that all up. But when you have done all the things, and within time, within your own reason, to actualize in the way that you identified you would want to, or in some cases where you feel you need to, and you actually do it. It's not just, talk or like I said, a nice ideal, but you actually feel so inspired to do the things that make you feel whole and complete all by yourself. That is so endearing. It's so special, it's so precious. And I feel like the divine is thrilled to reward anyone that has sanctified themselves that way. So even as I said before, if this is a self-love that's just, growing and deepening and expanding within you, there's still a tangible and physical response from the divine on account of that devotion to yourself, because you still have become a generator of love that is of great value to the divine, just to be incubating that force, let alone to be pouring it out, to be transmitting it in all that you do and those that you connect with or come become acquainted with, or whatever, like just in your own personal work or creativity, that has value. It will be compensated. It has not gone on unnoticed, and it will be rewarded in ways that are beyond the measure in which it was invested in. Because there's a great difference here between the Seven of Pentacles and the Ace. If anything, it's like harvesting a tree or some type of vineyard of sorts, or of aces. That's what is given. On account of one seed that you may have planted within you, now here you go with a whole farm or garden or vineyard or whatever. Even if it is just a tree, just a bush, hell, just a flower, is something that just continuously produces, as long as you stay committed to taking care of it. That's the type of love, that's the type of life, of fate, of fortune and favor that is in store for someone quite blessed indeed. All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, as always, I leave you with peace.